All right, hey team, welcome to our Wednesday night call. Congratulations, you have survived Facebook and Instagram crashing today. Congratulations. It's been awful. It's been absolutely awful. Someone's like, my Facebook worked. I'm like, great, awesome. You don't work social media for a living. Congratulations, happy for you. So I'm alive. Go lay down. Go lay down. Go find your own bed and your own blankets. So I wasn't going to tell you guys because half of you wouldn't have shown up otherwise, and you can tell me you still would have. Brittany Kovacs had to cancel. She has the flu. She was puked on 5 times yesterday by her kiddo, and then she got it as well. So I am doing the call. Congratulations. Welcome. I promise it wasn't like I've always said I'll lie to you guys. Anytime there's a guest speaker, more people are on team calls than usual, which I think is kind of odd. Evidently, we don't like to listen to me talk. But I will be talking to it. And luckily, I had a backup call planned because last week I went crazy and switch calls real quick. Okay, so a couple of quick things. I have a couple of announcements, and then we'll head right into tonight's team call, which is going from a dabbler to a diver. You're like, that don't understand it. We'll get into it. So a couple of things, guys. The Ultimate Portion Fix sneak peek ends this Sunday. It will remain open so you can keep adding people. I don't recommend always depending on a sneak peek to add people into because you're just kind of like throwing them into a group instead of like giving them the information, especially if you're doing UPF yourself. If you were not doing UPF, one, if you ordered it and you're like, I'm waiting to start till my book like it's here. No. Try again. Start your videos now. Get through modules 1 through 3. Autumn even says you need to complete modules 1 through 3 before you even dive into the containers. So at least start with modules 1 through 3. You can write notes in a notebook and then transfer them into the notebook that you get. Brittany said that's exactly what she did. If you're like dragging butt to get started, why? Take the initiative and start with the videos. If you did not post about the sneak peek, why? It may not be your cup of tea, and that's totally okay. I know we got some people that are to-be people, but it could be anybody else's cup of tea, and you don't know who it could help. So you need to be posting about it. Post about the sneak peek. We all have some sort of container somewhere. Like literally, it comes with like every single order that Beachbody releases, except now it doesn't. So post about UPF, get them into the sneak peek. I did talk about it briefly in the team page. I was going to go live today. Yeah, that clearly could not happen. I will have a group for UPF people. So yeah, you can still post pictures of your selfies, but selfies of like workouts, but this is more nutritional, helping people. I will have a couple. Why did I get stuck with the baby monitor? So you think I'm gonna go check on her if she starts crying? I will have a couple of things like you can't like decide you're going to go do your own thing and make up your own rules while you're doing the containers. If you're in the group and you're posting, you're following the containers just because there will be a lot of customers in there. Yeah, absolutely. You can start as soon as you order, you pretty much have access within the next hour to start the videos. So that will start at 3:25. I will need a couple people helping me out because I will be in the middle of the ocean with Emily and Wi-Fi will be wonky just to answer any questions. So if you are getting certified and you want to help me with that, shoot me a message on Facebook. I'd greatly appreciate that. Third announcement, I will be on a cruise starting on the 24th. I will have Wi-Fi, but I'm going to try to unplug for 5 days because mama deserves it. So utilize the team page. If you message me a question about the business, I probably will not answer you until I get back, okay? And the last thing, team apparel. You guys have been asking. The order is ready to go. I'm not giving you guys the link now because I want you to pay attention to the team call, but I will post the link in the Zoom chat by the end of the call. I will also post to the team page. You have until next Wednesday to order. After Wednesday, it shuts down, okay? She only keeps it open for 1 week. It is not through me. Please do not message me asking me about sizes, when it's going to ship, X, Y, and Z. I know nothing about that. Sizes are listed on the website. We have tried to get a nice assortment. We have hoodies, we have tanks, we have short sleeve shirts, we have off the shoulders, we got zip ups, we got a little bit of everything. Okay, that's what I got. All right, let's dive into the call. If you are just joining on, Brittany Kovacs had to cancel last minute, and so I am leading the call tonight. All right, let's get out of this. And let's get out of that. And let's get out of that. And that. All right. And press play. Brittany, you're my only person on my screen. Can you see this? Yeah. Okay, before we get started, guys, I want to do a little bit of recognition tonight. Y'all, you guys are killing it. Look at all of these people that are on the Success Club board. That means they've helped one person get started with either UPF and Shakeology, BOD and Shakeology BOD and the performance line. Somehow they've helped somebody, which is freaking awesome. I would go through all of these names, guys, but you guys see the names on this board, and you guys are kicking butt and taking names, and I'm so freaking proud of each and every person that's on here. And if you're not on here, don't worry. You still have over a half of a month to get your name on here. And then on the right-hand side, we have the top recruiters of the month. So all of these people have at least added one coach this month. And some of these coaches are brand new coaches this month, which is really freaking exciting. And then, so yeah, so that is our recognition that we're going to start off with. I'm going to try to do this every single call. Utilize the chat bar, guys. I will try my best to pop in and answer any questions throughout the call, but use that to ask any questions and whatnot. Okay, tonight, guys, we are going to talk about going from dabbling to diving. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Basically, dabbling in the business to diving headfirst right on in. I don't have notes from this call. I don't have anything written down, so I'm just going to be talking from the heart tonight, guys. So a couple of things that needs to change when you want to go from dabbling to diver, and then maybe you think like you're a full-time not a full-time coach as in like you quit your job and do this full-time, but like you're a hardcore business building coach, but you're not seeing changes in your business. You're not seeing things that you would expect to see, or maybe you want to work the business, but the language that you're using, the confidence that you're showing isn't helping. So when people tell me, well, I can't hit Success Club, I might hit Success Club. I'm going to try to hit Success Club. Well, I hope to hit Success Club. By using those words, you've already decided that it's not going to happen. You've already counted yourself out. And I know a lot of us use these words. I can't rank advanced to emerald. I can't hit diamond in 90 days. I can't add a new coach. I can't get anybody to join me in a challenge group. Like we all use these vocabulary, or we really need to change the way that we word things. And it all starts with a mindset and going in with that confidence that I can hit Success Club. I can rank advanced. I can add one person to the UPF test group. I can have one person join me for a challenge group. It's all about mindset. And again, mindset comes with confidence, and it also comes with personal development. So if you are lacking confidence, one, you need to be reading personal development, and two, fake it till you make it, y'all. Okay, there are some things that I know nothing about when it comes to Beachbody. I'll go find the answers, but I try to be as confident as I can when I'm having a conversation with somebody because it shows. But when you use this language, when you talk to yourself like this, you have already counted yourself out. You have already decided that you will never move forward in your business. You have to change the way you think. And you also need to quit accepting, well, that's good enough. And what I mean by that, and I'm going to continue to put an emphasis on Success Club for the rest of the year. I'm going to continue to put an emphasis on rank advancing for the rest of the year. It's not going to go anywhere. So if you don't like hearing about it, I do not apologize. But when people say, well, it's good enough, I did enough this month. It was good enough that I invited one person today. It was good enough that I hit SC2. When I know deep down you could have had SC6, or I know deep down you could have rank advanced. We need to quit accepting good enough as our end base. Why not be great? Why not be amazing? Why not hit every single goal that you've made? So I am in a training, me, Brittany Speltz, and Allison Reed, we are all doing a Push to Diamond training with some of the top coaches in the business, Danielle Natoni, Michael Folsom. There's some other ones that I can't think of their names. Brittany can post them if she can remember them. But Danielle Natoni did a video the other day and said something along the basis is, and I think I actually posted about it on the team page, or maybe I meant to post it in the team page. I can't remember. She is nobody special. She is no different than you. She is no different than me. She is no different than Emily. She is no different than Brooke. She is no different than Brittany. The thing that makes her different is her confidence, not accepting good enough, not accepting mediocre, not hoping, not mighting, but not trying. She has the mindset and she shows up every single day. Remember, guys, it's all about our wording and it all starts with confidence. Oh, did you guys see my rant about this on Instagram stories the other day? It's not about the time. I hear from so many coaches, well, I don't have the time to work the business. I don't have the time to come to a team call. I don't have the time to do a 30-minute training. I don't have the time to work out. We all have the same 24 hours in the day. Let me actually, you know what? Let me read a little expert to from, is it called expert? I think that's what we're going to call it. So I am reading Girl Stop Apologizing by Rachel Hollis. And this like screamed out to me. And guys, use the chat. If something's like sticking out to you, like don't be afraid to chat. And this is what I read. Oh, it's true. You are in control of your schedule. In fact, there isn't one thing in your life or your calendar right now that you didn't allow to be there. Let that sink in for a second. Being overscheduled, that's on you. Not finding time to feed yourself, you. Spending 2 hours a night watching TV, you. Scrolling Instagram as a way to relax, also your choice. Girl, the question is never do you have enough time? The question is how are you using the time you have? Let that sink in, y'all. It's so true. When you come to me saying, well, I don't have the time to do this, you choose not to have the time. You choose not to find 30 minutes a day to do a power hour. And it doesn't have to be an hour. It could be 30 minutes. You choose not to find 20 minutes a day to work out. You choose not to find time to share your workout on social media. You choose not to find time to do the things that you want to do to grow your business. It's about what you do with the time that you guys have. There was a coach, she's not with us anymore, but she told me like, well, you're lucky. You have all the time in the world to work your business. Guys, I'm just as busy. Yes, I do this full time, but a lot of times I'm putting in more hours. I'm still making major sacrifices. I'm here right now at 9 o'clock. I've been working in the office since Evelyn went down to 7. It's about what you do with the time that you have. If you are just scrolling stories, if you are just scrolling Facebook, if today you're like, well, I didn't do anything with the business today because I couldn't post on Facebook or Instagram instead of finding time to dive into training in the team page, finding time to watch past national wake-up calls, to dive into the training in the Coach Line office, you're not a diver. You chose not to use the time that you had today to be upset that Facebook wasn't working, to be upset that Instagram wasn't working. Instead, you could have dived into trainings. If you are just scrolling, you're not serious about the business. And sometimes we have to hear the hard stuff, guys. Sometimes we have to hear the things that we don't want to hear. And I know I've said it before, but I heard this from another coach. If she doesn't do what she needs to do throughout the day, she doesn't watch stories. Stories are earned to her. She does not get to watch her stories until she gets done with her list, with her power hour, with her BAT. Make lists and crank them out. I was on a 101 today. And I know I've talked about this before. A lot of the things I will probably talk about that I've talked about before. If you are sending invites and somebody replies, keep sending your invites. Finish your list one thing at a time. When you try to do all the things at once, and I know I got some mamas on the call and we try to do all the things at once, it never works out. Like one of the things happens. Like today I tried to do all of the things. I put my spinach in the freezer. My spinach was not supposed to be in the freezer. Yesterday I threw a bag of spinach away. I am like 0-2 for spinach these last 2 days because I was trying to do all the things. Make the list and crank them out one at a time. Do your invites. Then do your follow-ups. Once you send or follow-up, and then you add to your social media, and then you can go and answer the people that you invited, as long as that's the 4th thing on your list. Use your BAT. Emily went live in the team page talking about this. Y'all, if you're not using this, you're just a dabbler. You're not a diver. And you can tell me all day long, I want to build a business. I want to build a side hustle. If you are not using your BAT, you don't. You think you do, but you don't. Because how do you know if you're doing all these things? How do you know who you need to follow up with? You need to use your BAT. How many of you guys are using your BAT right now? I better see that chat light up. And I really wish I didn't have to beg you guys to start using the chat or just talk during the team call. But how many of you guys are using your BAT on a daily basis? Maybe the chat is going off and it's not showing me. Who knows? The BAT is where it's at. It literally tells you everything that you guys need to do. And I know coaches get pissed when I say this, but you may have to make some sacrifices. Did you watch 4 hours of The Bachelor within the last 2 days, but you didn't do any power hours, or you didn't send any invites, or you didn't do any of your follow-ups? You're not serious. You're just a dabbler. And that's okay if you want to be a dabbler, but you have to accept that. And if you don't want to be a dabbler and you keep telling me day after day after day that you want to be a diamond coach, that this is my year, but you're watching 4 hours of Bachelor and you're not doing what you need to do for your business, then you're not serious about your goals. You're not serious about your why. You're not serious about what you want to accomplish in this business. There are times that you have to make sacrifices. In the beginning, when I really decided to go on with my business in 2014, I was legit, and I know you guys are so sick of hearing this, but I'm going to keep saying it till I'm blue in the face. I was working 40 plus hours a week as a retail manager. There were some days that I would get home at midnight and have to be back at 7 a.m. to open up the store. I had to make sacrifices. I got minimal sleep, and I'm not saying it's like the most healthiest thing in the world to get minimal sleep, but I gave up watching TV shows. I gave up little things here and there, and those sacrifices that I made then, they paid off now. If I want to take a whole day off, I can take a whole day off. If I want to take an entire week to unplug because I'm on a cruise, I can take an entire week to unplug because I'm on a cruise, okay? Use your BAT, do your power hour, and you doesn't mean you have to do it all at once. You can break it up into increments. And somebody asked me one day, well, what does your day look like? Y'all, I can't give you what my day looks like. Like, I am all over the place. I am checking my phone while I'm drinking my water. I'm doing follow-ups while I'm drinking my before we work out. I'm posting my workout after we work out. And it's just all over the place. It depends on when Evelyn's in napping, what snippets I have, like what we're watching on TV, like if I like do things throughout the day. So my power hour is going to look a lot different than yours. And you're just going to have to figure out the way yours looks and how to make it work to your needs. But if you're doing everything that's listed on this BAT every single day, then you're golden. You're good. And you know what? Maybe some days you're like, you know what? I couldn't do follow-ups today. That's cool. So that needs to be your number one priority the next day. Follow-ups is where it's at, y'all. Pointless behaviors. We all do these, guys. We all do these. How many of you mess it? And I'm going to totally go out of order. I'll try to stay in order. So first thing is engaging in negativity. This happens more in like, I want to say politics season. I see a lot of it more than anything. But if you notice, like, I don't allow negativity in our team page. If something negative gets posted, I delete it instantly. That's a waste of time. That's a waste of negative energy. That's time that you could be using to add to your social media. That could be time that you could be doing follow-ups. Sorry, I'm going to mute somebody real quick. Somebody just popped on. Oh, cool. Another thing, and I know some people thrive on these. I don't join the coach test groups that come out when a new program comes up. Why? That doesn't do anything to help me build my business. That does absolutely nothing. If you're too busy being active in groups that don't build your business, you need to leave those groups. Like I said, I don't participate in those groups. Yeah, they do videos. That's cool. Like I'm in them, but I don't follow them. I don't check in with them unless somebody says, hey, there's a really cool training. They don't help me build my business. Everybody that's in that group's already a coach. Like everybody. How's that going to help me build my business? So if you're too busy being active in groups that don't build your business, you need to take a step back and figure out how can you use that time more wisely. If you're always posting in a challenge group, but you're never posting on your social media, you get the point, okay? Enabling your coaches. And I know some of my coaches don't like me right now because I don't answer your questions or I tell you to go to the team page and ask them. But what happens is when you enable your coaches, one, that is just enabling them to never learn the business. And how are they going to help their new coaches when they start to grow? And two, again, that is time that you can use doing other things in your business. So for example, if a coach comes to you and says, hey, how do I hit Success Club? You can easily say, hey, search in the FAQ, post in the team page, or check in the New Coach University. There's a whole unit on it. Or when somebody is like, what leg do I put this coach? I'm like, you've been a coach for 4 years. You know what leg this coach should go on. Like, trust your instincts, check your sponsorship drill down. When you enable your coaches, it's just hindering the both of you, okay? This one's my favorite. It doesn't matter how much info you collect if you do not use it. There are coaches on our team that have been like, I'm learning. You've been learning for 2 years. You can't learn anymore. You need to apply it. You're not learning crap if you're not applying it. It's just the same thing with personal development. If you're not applying any of the things that you're reading in your personal development, you're always having, I had these aha moments, and then a week later, you're disappearing. No, you didn't. It doesn't matter how much info you collect if you are not using the info. If you are doing the New Coach University, do what's in the New Coach University. Do what you're learning. Do what the trainings are teaching you. You got to use the information. If you just keep sitting on the information, you're never going to grow. Waiting to the last week of the month because you let everything else get in the way. Y'all, these are to my people that love to hit Success Club, like the last day of the month. One, it's stressful as F, and it takes away the fun and the joy out of doing it. That's why for me, it is a non-negotiable to hit SE5 by the 5th and SE10 by the middle of the month, non-negotiable, because I don't want to be scattering the last week of the month and it almost feel forced. Quit waiting till the last week of the month. You all have 30, 31 days of the entire month. Day 1, start with your feet on the ground running. That was the wrong analogy, but you know what I mean. You got to start and you got to go head fast. My last one, you got ghosted. Who gives a crap? We all get ghosted every single day. If I get one more message from a coach oh, I'm so frustrated, somebody ghosted me. And that time that you used to send me that message, you could have sent one invite. We don't think about things like this though, right? These are negative and pointless behaviors that we partake in that we don't need to be partaking in. You're going to get ghosted. It's going to happen. You're going to get ghosted. There's somebody that joined underneath me recently and I scrolled up. She ghosted me a year ago. She came back around. But I don't get caught up in the people that ghost me. Yeah, I'll do my follow-ups. They'll come around eventually. And if they don't, that's okay. Maybe it wasn't the thing for them. But quit engaging in these pointless behaviors because these do not help you grow your business. These only hinder you. Take the leader stance. Again, this comes down to confidence, okay? So one, you have a coach underneath you. Guess what? You are a leader. You may not want to admit it. You may not want to believe it. You may be like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing, and that is okay. That's what the team page is for. That's what the new coach welcome packet's for. It's in the announcements. That's what all of our team calls are for. That's what the new coach university is for. That is what the training in the team or the coach online office is for. But once you have a coach underneath you, you are a leader and you need to act like it. And what I mean is you need to continue to show up and be consistent. You need to be checking in on them. And your check-ins may be different than mine. Somebody asked me the other day, do you check in with all your coaches every day? No, because if I checked in with my coaches every day, I would have literally no time to build my business, to do my stuff. I just updated my board and I have over 100 coaches underneath me. I wouldn't have time to do that. But if you have one coach underneath you, check in on them every day, every other day. Make sure they're engaged. Make sure they're in a challenge group. Make sure you've invited and welcomed them in the team page. I don't know what I meant by be a river, not a reservoir, but I'm going to just assume don't stop and keep going. We're going to assume that's what I meant by that. Y'all, this one, if you're not sharing, then you're hurting your team. I get a lot of times we just want to focus on us and we want to focus on our coaches underneath us, but we are a team all together. Just think if I didn't share any of the information that I learned and I only shared it with just my coaches, or I didn't share it at all, where would the team be? We are all one team. We are all one family. If I had a coach on your strong leg, guess what? That helps you when you rank advance. You may not realize it, but by building the team and sharing the knowledge and sharing what you've learned and sharing resources, that helps the overall team. That helps your business. That helps your volume. That helps your income. So if you're not sharing, you're just hurting your team. So if you find a training you love, post it in the team page. If you find a post that was really engaging for you, post it in the team page. We go through ebbs and flows in where it's really active in our team page and then it's not active at all. And then it's really active and I'm begging people to post. Just post. Share. And last thing, guys, and I don't know what I meant by this because I didn't make notes. I can't believe I used the word pimp, but pimp yourself as a leader. I think a lot of times we are afraid to talk about the business on social media. And when you don't talk about the business on social media, one, you're just going to attract discount coaches. And two, you're probably not going to attract any coaches at all. You got to share about the business. And I don't mean in a poll and pictures and do you want to join me? I mean in showing the nitty gritty. There's a coach on our team, and she's like, the reason I joined underneath you is you don't just share the good. There are some coaches out there, and I'm like, do you ever share the bad? Because I know dang well you do not have a perfect month every single month. I know dang well you have coaches quit. I know that things happen. I share the bad and the good with the business. When I am struggling, I share it, because the last thing I ever want is to portray that this business is a walk in the park and that it's going to happen instantly. So pimp yourself as a coach, pimp yourself as a leader. Share when you're doing one-on-ones with your coaches. Share when you're on team calls. Share when you're on trainings. It shows to other people that they will not be alone if they decide to join you. What does this say? I can't see what this says. Surround yourself with accountability. That's what I mean. Okay. A lot of you guys took the initiative last week and you tagged people to help keep you accountable, which I love. But you need to find somebody that keeps you accountable. And it cannot just be your upline. Because if you come to me, you're like, hey, Ashley, can you check on me every single day? Realistically, I won't be able to. Like, I know how much I can handle in a day. Use an accountability group. Use your spouse. Use your family. Use your fellow coaches. Use a success partner. But when you do not ask for accountability, you can dip out whenever you want, because no one's keeping you accountable. So for example, if you're like, Ashley, this month I am hitting Emerald no matter what, I'm be like, hey, awesome. Post in the team page and ask me to keep you accountable. Start an Emerald chat thread of everybody that's pushing to make it happen. Ask your spouse, you know what? Hey, can you make sure I work the business 30 minutes a day because I've really got big goals this month? Find a success partner. A success partner is somebody that, like, you guys are not engaging in negative behaviors, but you're chatting with each other. You're bouncing new ideas off of each other. You're holding self accountable. Use the team page to hold you accountable. I see it often also in my challenge groups, like, hey, if you don't see a workout post from me in 30 minutes, call me out. And we do have coaches on our team that call them out, and I freaking love it. You got to have somebody that keeps you accountable, because again, if no one's keeping you accountable, you will dip the F out. You're like, oh, no one doesn't know that was my wrinkle, so I'm just going to kind of slither over here to the silence because no one's ever going to know. You got to ask for accountability. Well, I guess I'll see it in my slides. So, oh, hey, the chat was going. Silly Facebook. Or it's not Facebook. It's Zoom. It's Zoom. All right, let me go through the chats real quick, and then I'm going to think of a call to action really quick. Oh, wow. Okay, we talked about cauliflower. Cauliflower rice is really good. And your Shaco. I love country music. Butternut squash. Okay. UPF. I get paid Wednesday. Yeah, so the training's really awesome. I don't know if Allie's on the call tonight. What page is that on, Ashley? If you meant the training, it was like a VIP. You had to earn your way. We had to pay to be in it. We had to, like, earn so many Success Club points and be a certain rank. So not everybody has action to it. I don't know what IPA is. Brittany maybe knows what that is. Yep. National wake up calls. Okay, I don't know what half of these comments mean because I couldn't get it. I apologize. Laura Moon, start using that BAT, girlfriend. And they do have awesome weekly power trainings. Thank you, Heather. I'm glad you knew what I meant by that. Okay. So I'm going to do a couple call to actions, and then I'm going to open it up to some questions or anything that you guys have. My computer's going to die, so that's cool too. So your call to action, guys, is if you engage or do any of the actions that I talked about in tonight's call, when Facebook decides to work again, I want you to post in the team page which action you do and how you're going to change it. And you may be like, Ashley, why do you do call to actions? Because the people that post the call to actions in the team page, those are the ones that show me that they're a diver. They're the ones that show me that they were listening to the team call. They're the ones that show me that they want this. So if you're on the team call, post the call to action in the team page when you can. I don't know when that's going to happen. When you can. So does anybody have any questions about tonight's call? Any feedback? Anything? I like how the top half of our call, everybody has their camera on, and then the bottom half, nobody has their camera on. Nobody has any questions? Going once. Going twice. Okay. Next week's team call. She is coming. I apologize. Like I said, Brittany came down with the flu, so we're going to reschedule for April. Her name is Alexandria Pelosi, I believe is her last name. She is a 5-star diamond, 2-time elite coach. She has hit SE 10 for 28 months in the business, and she's been a coach for 28 months in the business. So she is freaking awesome. So I don't know what she's coming on to talk about. When I ask her guest speakers to come, I don't give them a topic because I want them to share from their heart and what value that they can give us. And then also tomorrow, Amy Grasso, she's the one that we teamed up with the sneak peek. She was currently 12-star diamond qualifying. She will be going live in the team page. So keep an eye out for that. I will find out what time she's doing it, like what time she thinks she can do it, so that way I can post in the team page. What did I say? It's do you engage in any of the behaviors or actions that I talked about in the team on the team call tonight, and what are you going to do to rectify those actions? Something along those lines. That sounds about right what I said. Yay, Amber, that's awesome. Okay, guys, if you have, I don't even know if you can work your business tonight. If you can't, it's okay. There's only so much we can do. If you're able to access your Facebook messages, guys, follow up. Some of you are like literally on the brink of hitting Emerald. You just need one more coach. Tomorrow's rank advancement day if you were really trying to push to make it happen. I am here. If you guys have any questions, post in the team page. Unless you can't, then come to me, and hopefully Facebook is working tomorrow night. That would be great. All right, guys, thanks for hopping on tonight, and I will see you guys next Wednesday. Good night, guys.